Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to this next video in our series of informative videos that we have been putting out for you. Just to mention again, the purpose of these videos is to provide you with some general guidance and information. It is not to provide you with specific legal advice. If you need specific legal advice, then please contact one of our experts who will be more than happy to help you. In today's video, I just want to provide you with up-to-date information regarding changes for family visas following the recent announcement from the government. There has been a lot of publicity around the new changes that have just been announced. This had been mentioned some time ago that the income threshold would be increasing to £29,000. The government have now formally advised that the increases will come into being on the 11th of April of this year. So if you can, then we would urge you to get those your applications in as soon as possible to beat the increases in the income threshold. There has only been fairly limited information provided by the government at this stage, and obviously the detail will be released close to the 11th of April when the changes will come into being. But for now, the income threshold will be increasing to £29,000. The only bit of good news on this is that there will be no additional increments needed for children under the previous rules or the current rules as they are at the moment. The threshold is 18,600, and you need an additional sum of 3,800 for the first child and 2,400 for any additional children. That won't be needed in the future, so regardless of the number of children that would be applying at the same time as the parent, the threshold will remain at £29,000. Often clients are relying on savings to meet the financial threshold. At this stage, there's no detailed information provided as to what the new savings threshold will be. Currently the threshold is 62,500, but with the increase in the salary figure to £29,000, if the same formula is kept in place, then the new income savings threshold will be 88,500. So who will be affected by these changes? It will affect anyone who is applying as a spouse, as an unmarried partner, or as a fiancé, and who is either applying from overseas to join their family member in the UK, or is switching from a different category from within the UK on or after the 11th of April. Those people that are already in the UK in one of these categories will not be affected by the new income threshold. They will continue to be subject to the existing figure of £18,600. There will be some further changes coming through the course of the year. The government has already announced that later this year, probably from around October, the income threshold will increase from the figure of 29,000 that will come into being on the 11th of April to 34,000, and then around the start of next year to 38,000. So we would suggest that applicants try to get their applications in as soon as possible to beat these significant increases and the difficulties that you will experience as a consequence. In particular, I should mention that in relation to self-employed persons, the tax year will come to an end on the 5th of April. You do still have sufficient time to file your tax returns immediately afterwards, on or after the 6th of April, and ensure that you still get your applications in by the 11th of April to beat the new hike in the thresholds. If you cannot meet the new income threshold requirements, or indeed even the existing income threshold requirements, it's always possible still to make an application and argue your claim on human rights grounds. Realistically, entry clearance officers from overseas would ordinarily refuse these applications in the first instance, but depending on your particular circumstances, you may succeed in an appeal. But you would need to get particular specialist advice on this. Overall, just to summarise then for you, the new changes are coming into being on the 11th of April. The new income threshold will be £29,000. We would urge you to get your applications in as soon as possible and do not leave your applications to the last minute. If you need any assistance with your applications, then please contact our team, who will be more than happy to help you. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe.